it's been a long week that we've had. Steven did do a video with me.
Okay.
But the last time I did a video, we talked about how we had a little boy with us, but he went home after 2 weeks, and I mentioned that he got to go home to be with his sibling. So I guess the day before he was to leave, Steven and I were actually talking about taking a few days to rest because we've all been sick. I've been sick. Avery, our daughter, has been sick with a stomach flu, and it was kind of a rough week. But then I got a call, and we both saw the name on the call, and we knew what the call would be about. So I answered the call, and then I told the guy that I'd call him right back, and then I told Steven about a little boy that needed a family to pick him up. And yeah, he doesn't answer the call and hear the story, so I of course wanted to say yes.
Yeah, we're gonna have to come up with a system like this because with every call, she's gonna want to take every kid.
Yeah, so after hearing his story, I couldn't say no. So we called him right back and said that yes, we would take him the next morning. And that's the same morning that the little boy that we had was supposed to leave. So that morning was really crazy. I was getting sick, and I made an appointment to make sure I didn't have strep throat. And at the same time, we had a social worker coming to our house to pick up the little boy. And at that same time, that morning, I was supposed to pick up the new boy. And we had someone dropping off a car seat from the agency. So that morning was crazy. And our daughter was still sick and throwing up. So it was a hectic morning. But the baby got picked up and got to go home to a new home to be with a sibling. We got a car seat for free, which was a big blessing because we needed a new toddler car seat. And then I was able to pick up the new little boy, and just sad situation, which we can't discuss, but I had to pick him up from what they call a receiving center, and it was really sad to go there because they have other kids that are just sleeping there until foster families open up to receive them. So there was quite a few kids there just sleeping on mats on the floor, and our kid had already been there for a day and a half. So I'm glad that we said yes and we could pick him up from there. And it's been challenging. He's the same age as our daughter, so it's like having twins, and he's very energetic. He's everywhere, climbs out of his crib.
He likes to use his teeth. Not in a violent way, but he likes to chew on things, bite on things.
Like my leg. Or the chairs. Or the couch, so we have to be careful what he's chewing on.
Yeah.
And he's not mean, he's very sweet.
I think the biggest thing with each kid is like you don't know what to expect. It's been a rough, not a rough couple weeks, but it's been different. I mean, in a good way.
And plus everyone's been sick. And then things happen a spur of the moment. We got a call last night at 5 o'clock, the social worker saying, oh, we have to make a visit within 24 hours, so I'll be there in 20 minutes. And
then Susanna was like, I need to go do my hair. I'm like, why? She just needs to see us.
That's why I had to keep the house clean at all times, because you never know who's going to stop by. But she was totally cool and very kind.
She just kind of, actually, I probably shouldn't say that.
No, she just had to make sure that
he has a bed.
And that he's okay, since he had just come to our home. Yeah. So a lot of adjustments. We'll do a video soon of things about foster care.
But the state of California does a really good job. Like, their policy is within 24 hours of getting a placement that they come to your home and they check on the child. So they are trying. Sometimes it's lax just because they're stretched so thin, but it was really good that she did come in within 24 hours of having him. But I think it's good for our kids to see. It's going to be a little challenging with this one because he's only 7 days apart from Avery, so she needs to adjust on not being the princess and queen all the time, but she needs to share things, and so it's a good challenging things for us. And a lot of people have come up to us and thanked us for doing this. First of all, we're not doing this for recognition. We're not doing this for a pat on the back. We're not doing this to say, hey, look at what we're trying to do for society. We're just doing this because this is what we believe God wants us to do. And so really,
we're thankful to be able to do it. Really,
and if we come to church or out in the community and we have a kid that doesn't look like a part of our family, And it's not to draw attention to ourselves. It's just to show other people, hey, instead of talking about doing stuff in the community, just go do it. You know, just there's plenty of opportunities out there. And there, like Susanna said, when she went to the receiving center, it was sad because there was kids literally sleeping on cots. And it's not that they didn't have, you know, a place to go. It's maybe they didn't have people that wanted that particular age or stuff. So it's kind of heart-wrenching. And I think to know the end goal is to get them back with their family and to get the parents healthy, whatever they're dealing with. It could be drug issues. It could be something completely different as having a bad, dirty home, or somebody ratted them out at school or something. I don't know. But it just could be a lot of different things. And so our main goal is just to try to be that extension and just to be that home where we can just love on the kids while we have them. And so...
and that's what we tell our kids too. I don't know. I know a lot of people said that your kids have asked about it, and what we tell our kids is that we're just taking care of this baby until their family gets healthy and can care for them again. And I know sometimes you don't know what to say to your children. I know some people have asked me what to say. I had a kid come up to me last Sunday and ask about the baby boy I had, and he said, "What disease does he have?" I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Well, what disease does he have? Why is he with you?" And so I kind of just said, "Oh no, he's fine. We're just caring for him until his parents can take him." So there's a lot of adjusting. There's a lot of comments we have to deal with.
I think there's some people that say, "Hey, what can we do for you?" And I think the biggest thing is just first of all pray for us, but then second of all, don't just say the first thing that comes on the top of your head, because sometimes is not perceived, you know, to be nice. So just say things that are encouraging to us, but also our kids, because our kids will hear all of that, whether it's negative or positive, whether we're at church or around other people. And we want them to understand that, hey, there's a lot of kids out there that need homes and that need loving people. And so don't just assume that this kid's a drug baby. Don't assume that they're from a horrible situation. Just assume that maybe their parents are going through a tough time and, you know, they just need kind of a couple of weeks just to get their feet back, you know, or to get their back on their feet. So we just want to be that extension, and hopefully our prayer is maybe eventually we can meet some of these families once they get back together and use that as an opportunity to lead them to Christ. But obviously that's going to take a lot of work.
I mean, at least we're able to care for these kids and show them some love. And we will get attached to them. Someone told me today, like, oh, that'll teach you not to get attached, since our last baby was only here 2 weeks. But I think they need that attachment. They need that love. And we understand that it's going to hurt when they leave, but that's okay.
I think Jake took it the hardest. Jake
he gets very attached easily, and that's okay. That little boy needed some extra love. And we gave it to him, and we're going to miss him. But, you know, that's what we're in this for everything, I guess.
Forever.
No, so anyways, we're gonna cut that off now. We'll do another video later, maybe with some things we've learned along the way, the good and the bad. We've only been doing this like 3 weeks and already.
Well, somebody told me today, like they asked me how the transition was between the first child. We can't say their names, right? The first child, second child, child 1, child 2. And I just was honest with them. I said, look, the first one was challenging with sleep schedules because we're already adjusted with Avery and all the kids sleeping through the night. And so first one was 1 year old, so it was a little difficult, like getting up 2 or 3 times and you're not prepared for that. And then this one was just like, he's sleeping from like 8 o'clock to 8 o'clock. So, I mean, it's been nice. So, I mean, it's not glamorous. We're not going to we're not going to put that perception on, hey, you know, it's awesome, because there's going to be ups and downs. And I think that's for any family, regardless if you're a foster family or not. So, but yeah, if anybody's interested, just let us know. I mean, because I think there's a huge need for it. So, anyway.
All right, we'll catch you guys next time.
She's like nudging on me, stop talking.
It's already at 10 minutes. All right, bye.